I'm here to show you how we can take a very logical, structured approach to cross-hatching, and I'm sure you beginners new to cross-hatching are going to appreciate this. We're going to start off with certain angles, and each time I introduce a new angle, I'll show the angle, I'll record that angle down below here. I've already set up a couple of rectangles, and this is just, again, we're sticking with a real structured approach here. So when we're learning how to crosshatch, you're going to want to set up some zones, and that's what I'm referring to, zone 1, 2, 3, and zone 4. So the first angle we're going to use is going to be a go corner to corner across two zones. So if you set your zones up correctly, this should be approximately a square, and that way this ends up turning into a 45-degree line. So now we can continue along. It'll look a little funny in color, but this is mainly a beginner lesson, so it's the learning we're after, not exactly the look. Okay, and I'm going to leave that red in place. And we're going to continue along. If you had a really long distance to go, you could take these original angles and you can put a few ahead so that you make sure you're lining up. Remember, cross-hatching is all about keeping lines parallel and then overlapping other parallel sets of lines. That's what's going to make it look like areas are lighter and darker. So now we're going to switch the angle, and what we're going to do is we're going to use the reverse 45-degree angle. So if we want to set up a mark, we can go like that. And what I was referring to earlier is, if you want, you can go ahead and set up more lines as guides. Now we're going to backtrack these lines. Just like that. Okay, so we've taken care of the first set of lines, the second set of lines, and notice how anything we do in this box gets carried all the way to the end. You don't want to do one zone at a time and bounce around. You want to keep each line fluid. The fluidity is very important. Now we're going to choose a vertical line, so we're going to end up starting right in the third zone. Okay, and so far we've used one set of lines, two sets of lines, three sets of lines. Now, since we had originally set this up with 4 zones, our scale here, our cross-hatching, is going to max out with 4 sets of lines. So, let's see here. Green. We'll use green to mark the horizontal, and we will continue with our horizontal lines in zone 4. If you wanted a smoother transition, you would involve more zones and more angles, and then the transition would be even smoother. But that should get you started in practicing basic cross-hatching techniques.